4 months later, Jungkook was inside the room leaning on the couch. His head was resting at the back and his eyes were closed. He slowly opened his eyes when he felt a hand on his shoulder, from shoulder to his back. He smiled because he knew who it was. He looked at the person and that person came and sat on and he held her tightly. One smiled at him and plastered a kiss on his forehead, making him close his eyes. Wine, what are you doing here? I was waiting for you downstairs. Jungkook cupped her cheeks and kissed on her lips, which she replied back with a smile. Wine broke, making him groan. She chuckled and hit on his chest. Jungkook barked, why? Answer me, what are you doing here? Jungkook, nothing. I was just thinking about my beautiful wife and then she came to me. I'm happy that everything is alright. You and me, we both are together. Wine, it's all because of your efforts, Jungkook. Jungkook, I have waited for you 5 months and now I'm finally claiming you mine. Jungkook came forward and plastered on her forehead and he hugged her tightly, keeping his head. Wine started playing with his hairs. And I'm also happy, Jungkook. Jungkook opened his eyes with sudden and looked here and there. Jungkook, stop shouting, you are disturbing us. Jin frowned and said, us. Jungkook, yes, me and Jungkook looked here and there, but there was no one except Jin and him. He stood up slowly and Jin knew. Wine. Jungkook looked at him and gulped. His eyes were red. He was again dreaming about her. Jin, just look at yourself, Jungkook. Jungkook ignored him and sat on the couch and started pouring for himself and gulped in one go. Jin, you are becoming insane, Jungkook. You are dreaming about her and sometimes you even hallucinate. Come back in your real self, Jungkook. Jungkook was about, but Jin snatched it, making him glare at him. He stood up from the couch and shouted, what is your problem, Jin? What is your problem, Jungkook? It's been 5 months still. You are behaving like the day she left you. Look at these stats of business. You are going lost, and again, your Mafia King title is on the line. You are always here inside the start room while taking. Jin eyes soft when he found Jungkook lost again. Jin put hand on his shoulder and said, accept the reality, Jungkook. After what you did, there was no wish for her to forgive you. Jungkook looked at him slowly and said, she said she will forgive you. Jin closed his eyes from that day. He was saying it again and again, but it was all her trap for him to give him hopes just to get shattered. Jin was about to say something, but before that, Jungkook fell on the couch being fainted. Jin panicked and called Choga and others, and they took him in the room and called the doctors. Everyone was inside the room, including Nina. They were looking at the doctors and then at Jungkook. He was unconscious, and they were connecting drips to his veins. There were red and blue marks on his body. Some of were of drips, and other were which he started taking, and because of that, he was hallucinating. Dina was feeling bad for his brother, but what Ryan did was also right, and she knew it. Soon, doctor approached them and told them that they need to take care of him or he will lose himself completely. They nodded and doctor took their leave. Soon, Jungkook woke up and found everyone inside the room. He sat straight and his attention went on Nina, who was already looking at him. He ignored everyone and next moment he removed the drips, making them panic. Jungkook, did you find her in Italy? Sugar stopped, but he looked down. They all were finding her because of him, but they didn't got any single glimpse of her. Jungkook again looked at Nina, stood up while going towards the drawer. He took a packet and started inhaling it. They tried to stop him, but he didn't, and then he went towards Nina, who started looking here and there. We all know that she told you everything, and you know where is she. I am asking you again, where is she? Nina looked in his eyes only to find desperation and craving for wine. Nina, I don't know where is she. Jungkook scoffed and looked at her expressionless. Jungkook, today or tomorrow I will find her at any cost. Why are you lying to me, Nina? Tell me where is she? She closed her eyes when he shouted on her, but then she said, tell me her location when you will find her. I also want to meet my sister. She turned around and left the room and Jungkook gritted his teeth. His vision was getting blurred, but still he was inhaling. They looked at each other. They knew it's no use to argue with him, so they left to find wine again, but they knew it's getting impossible to find her. Jungkook leaned back on couch and closed his eyes and whispered, Wine, where are you? Soft smile appeared, and that's when he again started dreaming about her and him living happily. They all came in living area. Sugar, he is getting out of control. Oh, we have to do something. He is seeking that content again and again. It is damaging him. June, there must be a cure for his hallucination. We have to stop him. We can't see him like that. Junta only cure is fine, only she can stop him, but June, but no one knows where she is. They all nodded and again went in their thoughts. Why does she even know about his condition? It's getting hard to find her. We have to look for her everywhere, but she is nowhere. Sugar and Jin looked at Nina's room. Nina, you are right, but still I'm getting worried for him because his condition is not going. And Fine, I know, Nina, but still, you know it's not the time. Nina, today he shouted on me, which he never did before. He was angry, but his eyes were searching for the answer. I thought that he will come over with it, but still. After 5 months, his craziness for you is going up. What should I do, Wine? They are asking for you again and again. Wine, don't tell anyone anything. And as far as it's about finding me, then they won't be able to make it. But soon there, our Jungkook's wait will be over. I will be there next week. Nina, so that means you are coming back fine. Yes, I am. Everything will be all right, don't worry. They both cut the call and Nina smiled to herself, but after a few minutes the door got open and Jungkook came inside. She stood up from the bed and looked at him. Jungkook, Nina, can't you just see my pain for her? Please tell me where is she? I will do anything in return. Just tell me about her. Nina didn't say anything, she only looked at him. Jungkook, I know you are aware of her. Why are you doing this? Can't you just help your brother in it? Nina ignored him and looked here and there. Jungkook was being hurt because every time she showed her back on him. Jungkook, so you are that loyal to her, I see. Fine, then I will keep searching for her in my own until I take my last breath. And in between, if something happened to me, then remember you are playing the part in it because I go at any instinct to find her. It takes my life, I'm going for that. He stormed out of the room and Jin and Sugar came inside who heard him. Jin, look at his condition, Ina. He is trying just to see her. He is taking to get over his obsession because everything he hallucinates about her whenever he takes it. Sugar, please tell us where is Ryan. We can't afford to lose him. They pledged her, but she ignored them and said, I don't know where she is. Their hope was getting shattered again and again because she wasn't telling them where Van is and they were searching for her everywhere. In Jungkook, he had developed his own world of Van. His condition was getting worse, but he wasn't stopping it. It was his punishment which wasn't getting over. He was craving for her, but she was nowhere. Somewhere unknown, Kate, your coffee wine. Wine took a cup and looked outside, admiring the view. Wine, it's beautiful. Kate nodded, but then she said, so you are going back to him? Yes, back to him. Kate went. Wine, next week. I have some undone business. Jungkook was standing outside the house, feeling the breeze on him. He was smoking. Hairs were messed up, shirt top button were open. Jungkook, you left, but didn't even said a single word before going. Is that much how you hate me, Wine? You could have slapped me, punished me, at least had a word with me, but you left like that. Why? Wine, who said I left you? Jungkook looked beside him and a smile appeared on his lips when he saw Wine looking at him with a smile. Jungkook, Wine. Wine, yes. Who said I left you? I'm always here with you in house, in your heart, and in your life. Jungkook smiled when she kissed his lips. Jungkook, yes, you are in my mind, and in my mind, you are my soul. You are everywhere with me, but you are not physically present. Wine, please come back to me. I promise I will make everything right. Wine smiled at him. Wine, I know you will make everything right. I trust you, Jungkook. She came near him. Jimin Jungkook. Jungkook opened his eyes and found himself on the edge of pool. Jimin held his hand and pulled him back. Jungkook looked here and there, but Ryan was not there. Jin and Sugar came. Jimin, you were again hallucinating, right? You were talking to yourself. Jungkook closed his eyes and gulped. Jungkook, what do you want? Jungkook, you have to come off this. Look, we are losing every deal and we are going in loss. Sugar, we got a contract, but our financial report are not good. You have to come, Jungkook. Jungkook, I don't have time for all this. You go on your own and handle it. Saying that, he ignored them and went inside by lightning. Sugar, I can't believe all this is happening. Jin, he is ignoring all this purposely. We have to find wine. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for the next part.